Kamikaze means divine wind in Japanese and refers to the typhoons believed to have protected Japan from the Mongol invasions in the 13th century. However, during World War II, kamikaze gained a completely different meaning. Planes used by the Japanese Imperial Navy and Air Force to carry out suicide attacks by crashing into enemy ships. These attacks emerged as a tactic desperately developed by Japan towards the end of the war to prevent defeat. By 1944, the advance of the Allied forces towards Japan had become unstoppable. Japan resorted to the concept of manned bombs as a last resort to inflict heavy damage on enemy ships. The planes used in kamikaze attacks were typically modified fighter aircraft filled with explosives and carried just enough fuel for a one-way trip. Their mission was for the pilot to crash the plane into the enemy ship to inflict maximum damage. Most of the pilots were young, inexperienced, and between 17 and 25 years old. They received a short flight training and did not learn complex maneuvers. Japanese culture and military doctrine saw sacrificing oneself for the homeland as a sacred duty. Social pressures also forced these young people into these deadly missions. The attacks were usually made on warships, especially aircraft carriers. The Battle of Leyte Gulf in 1944 was the period of the most intense kamikaze attacks. However, only 14% of the attacks reached their targets. As a result of the kamikaze attacks, 34 American ships were sunk, 368 ships were damaged, and 4,900 American soldiers lost their lives. 3,800 kamikaze pilots died during the mission. Kamikaze attacks revealed the destructiveness of the war and the tragic scale of human losses. Japan's desperate strategy is remembered throughout history, both as a symbol of bravery and as a terrifying tactic of war.